Beautiful sunsets like this also help from Kazuishi back on February the 12th, looking out to the west. No, this is not a scene out of Independence Day. That's just a beautiful lenticular cloud reflecting the orange and red light of the sunset here in Albuquerque. Boy, we have some marvelous ones. Thunderstorms continue across New Mexico, and we're looking at a flood advisory through 7:45 in San Miguel County. Very heavy rain from these storms that also had a history of penny-size hail and 60-mile-an-hour winds right along the county line between San Miguel and Santa Fe County. We're also looking at a severe thunderstorm approaching Lordsburg with 60-mile-an-hour winds. And then this cold front comes through late tonight and early tomorrow. We'll see drier, cooler, and somewhat windier weather as we head toward the first part of the week. So our forecast shows large area of locally heavy rainfall that will continue its slow march to the east as we head into tonight. Forecast for today, 70s to mid-80s, warmest temperatures in the south, and across the region our forecast is looking at temperatures that hover right around 80, maybe some low to mid-80s, but off and on showers the rule of the day. And for Minneapolis-St. Paul, we're going to end up with a high of about 81 degrees, scattered showers and thunderstorms, and we're looking at 61. The showers will be ending overnight, probably about 2 or 3 a.m. And then we head into tomorrow, a partly cloudy, breezy, cooler day with a high of 78 degrees. Tuesday looks sunny, but we start out at 60, end up with a comfortable 83-degree day, and that'll be with lower humidity. And then we wander into the rest of the week. Humidity will be on the increase. So will the temperatures as we head back into the mid-80s, but a 40% chance of those showers as we head toward Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Again, the jet streams wiggling along the Canadian border, and that's where the energy is for these storms. Everybody to the south just wishing they had the kind of rain we're getting right now.
Sounds like the real deadly stuff, the dangerous stuff we were talking about yesterday, out of the picture.
That's pretty much out of the picture for Minnesota. Maybe a little bit farther to the south. We'll be watching out in places like Iowa and Nebraska for that right now.
Severe weather. Thanks, Larry.
Okay. Some rain, cooled air in the 50s and 60s through the northeast, still holding on to some 80s in the southwest, 73 at the state capitol airport, and there are the isolated showers popping up in northeastern New Mexico. The bulk of the moisture still associated with this upper level low parked over Oklahoma, Texas, and Kansas, pounding that area with heavy rainfall. Meanwhile, this high pressure system out in the west will continue its slow eastward progression, eventually knocking the stuffing out of that low pressure system, and all the indications from our computer models showing the high moving to the east. And for the first time in quite a while here in Albuquerque, we topped out in the 50s. The last time we were well into the 50s, January 6th, we bottomed out on the 16th at 30 degrees for our daytime high, but today for the first time up to 51, topping out at 40 degrees after a low of 29, and the sun ports at 37. So we haven't cooled all that much with a north breeze at 5, and in the capital some light snow flurries around with 32 degrees and a southeast breeze at 9. Numbers in the rain cooled air in the 50s and 60s. We're holding on to some 70s to near 80 out west, where the thunderstorms are not as widespread and the moisture source is not as rich. We have 50s to near 60 degree dew points across the east and the south, and that's all it takes to fire up these thunderstorms with the heat of the afternoon, and that's evident across much of central and even western, especially southwestern New Mexico. But you're going to be into it here. What happened is we've held on to some cloud cover in the eastern plains, and that's inhibited the heating that drives these storms. But we still have this rich moisture source that'll continue for a few more days across the southwest and into the Rockies, and it's going to keep things cool across that region. In fact, much of the eastern two-thirds of the country very cool, while out west the sizzle continues under the big ridge of high pressure that's also helping to cook up our storms. And they're going to diminish overnight, not disappear completely, but they're going to be back tomorrow afternoon, and a good deal of the state will see a fair to moderate chance of seeing some heavy rain from these thunderstorms. And Sunday, well, looks like the same story. We head into the heat of the afternoon and some widespread showers and thunder showers. Across the south, 40s and 50s overnight, near 60 in a few spots. We'll head into Saturday afternoon with highs that'll go from the mid-60s at Cloudcroft all the way to the upper 80s as you head toward the Boot Heel. In northern New Mexico, 30s, 40s to the mid-50s for tomorrow morning. Your Saturday afternoon highs should be warming up into the 70s and 80s most locations, as warm as 83 degrees around Tucumcari and Farmington. For Santa Fe, Espanola, and Los Alamos, 40s and 50s with a chance of overnight showers and more showers tomorrow afternoon with 70s to near 80. And looking a little closer to average. We're looking at 40s east of the San Diego Manzanos, overnight showers possible, and again tomorrow afternoon with highs in the mid-70s. From Placitas to Belen, we have upper 40s to mid-50s to start off your Saturday. Chance of overnight showers returning tomorrow afternoon with 70s to low 80s. Again, a little closer to normal for this time of year. 55 is how we're going to start off in the Heights. 79 again tomorrow, same as today, but the red drop is up with a good chance of showers once again, not only tomorrow, but Sunday. Same for Santa Fe, where the showers may taper off Monday. Could see one move in Thursday, and for Albuquerque, close to average until Monday, when we'll jump above average into those low to mid 80s, and that's when we should see the showers disappear for a couple of days, but they'll be with us through the weekend.
Larry was telling us earlier he has great hope for the future because of some young people he was hanging out with today.
1,510 of the brightest high school minds in the world here in Albuquerque at the Intel International Science and Engineering Fair this afternoon. Some of them walking away with $50,000 scholarships, but every one of them a winner because they made it to the Super Bowl of science fairs. You can't go any higher in the world when it comes to science fairs for high school, and we had it right here in Albuquerque, and the world is in good hands with that kind of brain out there.
You were saying this, parting words from Larry Rice, science rules.
Science rules, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Hot afternoon in a few spots, especially the Boot Heel, where Lordsburg will be up close to 100 degrees. In the north, we go with lows overnight in the 30s, 40s, 50s to near 60, and highs mostly in the 80s, but we head into the 90s as you head out toward the Four Corners. For Santa Fe, Espanola, and Los Alamos, near 50 to the low 50s overnight, mid 80s to near 90 for your Friday afternoon highs, with a partly cloudy day coming up. We're looking at near 50-degree temperatures overnight east of the Sandias and Manzanos, and a slight chance of a mountain thunderstorm with mid to upper 80s for Friday highs. From Placitas to Belen, it's 50s for your overnight lows and highs in the low to mid 90s to wrap up the week. Here in Albuquerque, 61 tomorrow morning, 55 in the valley, and we're looking at a partly cloudy Friday afternoon. The green drops up, so it's okay to water, and we'll reach that elusive 90-degree high and go beyond that, not only here but in Santa Fe when we